This conference will now be recorded.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Yasir Gulfraz and we will discuss people in organization assignment today. Uh, as you know that today is our last lecture for people in organizational. So we will discuss assignment today, that how you need to complete your assignment. And before I start that, I give you a little bit previous preview. As you know that this unit designed to develop an understanding of the critical principle of organizational behavior and how they can be used to create a positive working environment. So you can explore how different structure and communication practices can affect the morale and well-being of employee, and how this can affect the productivity and success of organization. Also explore how teams can be formed, managed, and supported to ensure effective teamwork and collaboration. So now you can also consider the emerging trends in remote working and their impact on organization, employees, and society. So finally, examine the ethical responsibility of organization and their employees in this workplace. So here is the, as you can see, that assignment brief. It says that a medium-sized local company, Century Limited, has recently become aware of increasing uh, problems with staff, and they have noticed an increase in absenteeism, absent staff turnover as well, poor morale, and a drop in sale. So the middle managers are relatively inexperienced, and the managing director has asked an external HR consultant to guide them so that they can review their own practices to help them establish the cause of the problems. So your report will draw on your understanding of workplace practices and procedures and their impact on the workplace. So you will provide exemplification of current practices in a range of organization. So preparation of for your report, you will need research workplace practices in order to gather information on communication practices, including communication policies, procedures, team working practices, and leadership style, support structure for staff. So you also may wish to use organizations that you know well, be example where you have been or are currently employed, or where you work in a voluntary capacity. Or you may be able to gather some information through a workplace visit. So you may be able to interview people, review documentation, and observe working practices to gather information. Alternatively, you can carry out desk research using company reports, press releases, and the company websites on other parts of the internet, particularly related to HRM. So basically, here your task is prepare a formal report uh, to the managing director. This will be a substantial piece of work in which you present theories and best practices with exemplification from the organization you have research. You must make sure that include the following section in your report. Communication practices, number one. Uh, so analyze of the uh, brief of organization of effective communication, analyze of policies and procedure, explanation of legislation and relevant communication, evaluation to achieve merit. You need, that. So we'll discuss in a minute. So here, uh, So basically, we will start, at this stage of the course, you are required to write an assignment. So in this assignment, Century Limited, a local firm, modest site, has just lately been aware of or growing concerns with, workers. They have seen a rise in the number of employees absent from work. So rise in the numbers of employees who leaves, decline in sale and bad morale. So because of managers have surface a level of expertise, the managing director has required the assistance of an, outside HR consultant assistance in guiding them through, analyzing their procedures to understand better what went wrong. So in addition, gives that you have experience in the administration of businesses. He has requested that you compile a report on the most effective procedures for organization. So in your report, you will use the knowledge you have gained on workplace policies and procedures and their effects on the workplace. So you will demonstrate how various companies currently conduct their business by providing examples. So it would help if you also considering using organization that you are already familiar with, such as a while you have worked in the past, so where you are employed at present, or where you do volunteer work, a visit to the business. uh, you could also provide with the opportunity obtain some information to get uh, interviews divided, go through paperwork and watch how other perform their job. So you might also research at your desk, utilizing corporate reports, press releases, and the company website, so along with any other areas of the internet that are especially relevant to human resource management. So managing report resource as well, structure. uh, the managing director of Century Limited request that you prepare an official report for him. So this will be a great work to which you will show your existing ideas and best practices with explainification from the organization so you have examined. You are also responsible for ensuring that your report contains each of the following section. So explaining section A, when you start writing a report, first of all, you need to write their contents, and before main body. So little bit introduction of the, assignment, and after contents like an introduction and main body and requirement. uh, See that, write a report. Communication practice, you will write investigation on the positive effect of the efficient communication has on organization. So after review of the practices guideline and protocol, if are put in place to improve internal communication within organization, then you give some description of the laws that uh, pertain to the communication that takes uh, place inside organization, analyze of how the organization structure influences the communication strategies they are used. So if you to get married, you need to go a little bit deep down in investigation on the effect that newly developed technologies has on the communication structure and procedure of business. Then teamwork, think about the different collaboration models, just explain about their models and provide some, that good instances of teamwork from your own, experience, or your own words, and if you have your own businesses, so you can explain a bit about it. So analyze of the also advantages that working in team brings the people and organization. So also investigation of why a team may not be able to accomplish their goals. Okay, so to get married, you will need to, as it says, here, uh, to get married, you need include the following in your report, like analyze of the influences that different types of leadership have on the effectiveness of team. Then you will need to include the following in your report, like review of how the concept of cooperation in is implemented and how successful it is the organization. So section, if you come to the section C, then it says this section report working. So this section is about report working. So as I can explain with in more words, think about the challenges of working remotely, provide some examples of good practices, and also that you are already familiar with, like explanation of the consequences uh, that comes with the various methods in with people remotely do their jobs, analyze of the standard operating procedures that are followed by individuals working remotely in a variety of stems, and examination of several types of leadership that are suitable of working remotely. Come to the section D, support and monitoring structure. Think about the many support and monitoring mechanism used to workplace today, and provide some example of how actual practices works. So include explanation of how departments of human resource can help employees and keep an eye on their behavior inside the workplace. Also review of the workplace rules and practices that have been developed and assisted what watch their employees and other personnel. So in all these section, that also there is a criteria to get distinctions. So analyze of the effect that law has on management of employee relation to variety of different organization structures. So this was bit about assignment, that how you can explain your report and how can you write your report. So apart from everything, you need to make sure that within the paragraph uh, references, even if you give quotes, you must give that source and reference. And also after uh, not only within the paragraph, after assignment you need to give bibliography and all the references which are within the paragraph you need to mention after written assignment, end of the assignment, like a bibliography and you know references, primary sources and secondary sources. Primary sources, you can write about books, for example, books, and secondary sources, articles and websites, which you use to write uh, your assignments. Contents are main parts, and also command of verbs. Command of verbs mean that if he's asking for explanation, you should explain about things. If he asking about evaluation, so you should write that in term of evaluation. So just read, if you go if you search about, if you go to a googles and just write command of verbs, it will explain you about command of verbs in detail. So make sure that you write, that read properly command of verbs and go through, uh, you know, uh, in detail with their, definitions as well. So basically, that command of word, if he's asking you for explanation or asking you in detail, you can write in, in detail. And if he's asking for a describe, you just describe, uh, you know or if you're asking for a critical analysis, that's mean you should use you use in, the critical analysis, give couple of, more than two or three uh, examples, definitions. So if he's asking for analyze, so that's mean uh, separate information into, components and identify their characteristics. So sometime is asking for define, so state or define the nature or scope or meaning. So uh, also if he's asking for discussion, so give an account that address the range of ideas and, arguments. So in some areas he's asking for evaluate, so make a qualitative judgment taking into account different factors and using, available knowledge, experience, evidence. Uh, so explore to find out more about, uh, area of, subject. If is asking, if is asking explore, you can do more research about the topic. So in some areas he's asking state express in precise terms, express in, unequal unequal terms. So uh, if just read about bit about, that command of verbs in your, as I said, go to the, the Google search, command of verbs will tell you in detail. But the most important things are, that reference to the point, right to the point, go through the all, that sections of report. Make sure write, that contents introduction, then main body of report, then double check within the paragraph references, then you go through the, all references should be end of the assignment, go through the, all of, you know bibliography and end of the assignment paragraphs. And also you need to, look at bibliography and primary and secondary sources. So that's all is in today's assignment. It's hopefully very easy and simple for you. But if you still have any issue or any problem, just drop me an email at, tutor-management at ukversity.co.uk. So I'll get back to you. And if you have any further question or anything else, uh, let me know. So I will explain you in detail. So that's it for today. Your assignment, and good luck for your assignment, and have a good day. And my name is Yasir Gulfraz. For any question, drop me an email, tutor-management at ukversity.co.uk. Bye.